So I understand why people are racist. It's very hard to step outside of your own worldview when no one has challenged that worldview. It's very easy to mistake it as objective fact as opposed to like your own personal lived experiences. I get that. To a point. The St. Louis cops, on their best fucking behavior. There's fucking 6,000 people descending on St. Louis to like stir some shit up. On their best behavior, this is what fucking happens. There's actually a fucking incentive. You get some paid time off if you kill a black kid. If this is still not a wake-up call for you, I doubt anything else I have to say will be, but hey, maybe you're with me logically. You know, you want to help. You're an organizer. Those people, like, logically, they know something bad has happened. They haven't understood racism on an emotional level. Maybe it's because they literally, like, live in fucking Vermont where it's, like, 96% white. And they literally just don't know black people. It's hard to know something emotionally if you've never been exposed to it. I learned what racism was when I was, like, 4. My sister was in elementary school, and she came home and told me that this one kid had said that they weren't allowed to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because it was about a black family. Motherfucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 4 years old, without even knowing that racism existed. My nephew, when he was 2, he was asking questions about race. He's black. For him, it wasn't a fucking option. It wasn't like I can go until I'm 4. It's like as soon as I learn to talk, I need to start asking questions about race because of fucking racism. Developmentally, what you're going through at that age, that stuff stays ingrained in you. And I got through those years without even knowing racism existed because it wasn't being perpetuated against me. That is a fucking giant privilege. When I was in 6th grade, this girl said I was gonna end up just like my slut sister with her N-word baby. You know, but she actually said the word, right? And I think that that's really, honest to God, the first time that I emotionally felt the impact of racism. As deep as your emotions go, that's still not as bad as you're actually being oppressed. And that's part of, you know, giving up that narcissistic bullshit, alright? Just accept that someone else has a different lived reality than you, and that's okay. By the time I was a teenager, I understood institutionalized racism and white privilege. I didn't have the words for that, but a friend of mine who was more like a brother got accused of shooting these 2 white girls. One of them died. I knew instantaneously. Like, there wasn't like a question. There wasn't a question. Is he not gonna get, like, convicted of this shit? Like, it literally wasn't. And now he's locked up for life. That's when, like, the institutional level fucking hit. I was about 16 years old. I was with a black friend of mine. We were in his car. It was when Chappelle was on, right? The Chappelle show. You know Chappelle, yo. He's gonna drop the N-word. I was like explaining this like one skit or whatever, thinking about should I just say like the N-word or should I actually like say the word. I'm like literally thinking this in my head. I am just quoting Chappelle and I'm with Brian. He knows that I'm not that way. It will work better if I like say it. Like the only time in my entire life I have said the N-word, Brian fucking stops his car and demands that I get the fuck out of it. Good for fucking him, not just letting his like ignorant white friend get away with that shit. If someone tells you that something you did is wrong or something you did is offensive, if it's one of those comments you have to say like I'm not racist but before, and like you think well maybe I am racist or I wouldn't be saying that, you're right, it's a racist comment, don't fucking say it. If someone tells you were wrong, just like apologize, shut up, ask if you need to leave if it was like that offensive, give your friend space, own the fact that it was offensive without needing to understand why, and you can Google that shit later. And if you still don't understand why, oh well, it doesn't matter, it's not your lived experience. Most human beings are part of some oppressed group. But if you're not a black person, you didn't have anti-black racism perpetuated on you at a systematic scale since birth. If you can't live through your own emotional experience, watch the videos of like mothers fucking crying and grieving and fainting and protesters starting a fucking revolution and a movement. Emote with other people. This shit needs to change.